you can't teach scholars who are not in the seats. So I just want you to, just one of our things that we hit on positively is we improved our attendance from almost a 64% to almost 90%.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Our strategic emphasis in Youngstown was really focusing on our governance, our diversity and equity and inclusion, our community partnerships, our talent and leadership, and using data and accountability in everything we do. So this strategic emphasis was what I came in with before I did a strategic plan, because when I came in, I couldn't jump in and start with a strategic plan without being able to kind of get the lay of the land and get to know people. So these were my emphasis when we started. And I don't even have to flip anymore, because this is what actually came out. These 5 areas is actually what came out of all of our surveys and all of our strategic planning as well. So it's something that it's been our focus. And just to give you one of our focus areas was also attendance, because my feeling is you can't teach scholars who are not in the seats. So I just want you to, just one of our things that we hit on positively is we improved our attendance from almost a 64% to almost 90% in just a year, with that being an emphasis. And we attributed that to having relationships with people in the buildings, and also having staff members who can individually connect with those scholars who were not coming to school. So that's a dramatic improvement for us. We also worked through different things this year. Of course, with COVID, we've had testing as well. We had to do 3rd grade reading tests, and because we were learning remotely, we had to by state law, we had to bring the students physically in to have them tested. And this year, I just got a phone call earlier, maybe an hour and a half earlier before this, of course, and I was told that Columbus only tested their 3rd graders at 35%. Well, we tested our 3rd graders at a 95% rate, which means 95% of all of our 3rd graders across the district came in physically with social distance, with masks, and with everything over a 2 to 3 day span to take their tests. And we got them tested every single day. So we did have some students who did not come and get tested, but the reason why those students didn't come and get tested is because their parents chose not to, which they had the right to. So we were happy with that. And you can look at that in 2 ways. It may be so high because parents wanted their kids out of the house for a couple of days, or just because they really wanted to get them tested. So anyway, we're really, really proud of that. We've also improved our graduation rate by about 30% clip. So that's also great as well. And it's something that we prided ourselves on and we're focused on. I want to hit on our 5-year forecast, because I know that's something in the district that was negative. So what I would like everybody to understand about the 5-year forecast, it's a snapshot in time, and it's an estimate and guesstimate. We don't know how much money the state's going to give us. We don't know anything like that. So when the newspaper or other people run with, oh, you're going to be in a $7 million deficit, that's totally not true. I mean, I think that I've proven to be fiscally responsible enough to know that if we get to a point where the deficit is going to be that high, we're going to make adjustments way before we get there. But also keep in mind that when we talk about the 5-year forecast, that's only general fund dollars. That's not any grant dollars. And just to attest to that, since I've been here in the last 2 years, we haven't done deficit spending. As a matter of fact, last year, we ended up for the first time in I want to say 10 to 14 years in the black. We were $2.4 million in the surplus. So we've tried our best to be as fiscally responsible as we can and continue to do that. But also at the same time, make sure that that the money we do spend is being spent on our scholars in the classroom. So in understanding that our budget is about 138 million, I'll round it up to $140 million a year. And that seems like a lot of money, which it is, but you also have to figure with schools of choice, with charter schools, with scholars who are choosing not to come to our district, we have to give away about $34 to $37 million of that before we even start. And that's not including all the scholars who don't go to our schools. We have to provide, and they go to school within the district, whether it's parochial, whether it's a charter school. We also have to provide transportation for those scholars as well. So when we get to where we want to, our bottom line, we don't start at $140 million. We started at basically $100 million, which is still a lot of money, but it's not what we could get if funding was done differently or we do things in a different way.
Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. And also make sure to connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For all of your business news, visit businessjournaldaily.com. For all of your arts and entertainment news, go to afterhoursyoungstown.com.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.